Okay, so just before I start this video, I wanted to clarify really clearly, okay, that I'm in no means against protecting the safety of children and adolescents on the internet. I just wanted to give my perspective on things that have happened as of the current. Okay, so let's go to the video. So, what's up, everyone? Alright, so today's video isn't really gonna be a voice acting video or a gaming video or anything like that, and probably not because if you see the time that I have been uploading, it has been quite a long time. And also for this video, it isn't really gonna be a kind of a lighthearted one. I'm not gonna say a lot of dark things. I just want to put my perspective just out front there, alright? And I'm gonna be putting it on the video, not labeled for kids, and so if you might be sensitive to anything that I might be talking about, or sensitive on the things of the internet and my perspective on it, then click away, don't watch the video. But for those who want to stay, and hear me talk for a second, okay? So you guys may have noticed that I haven't really been making any content, either on my voice acting channel or my gaming channel, where I just post random stuff here. And I just want to explain something really quickly to you all. When I mean you all, I kind of just mean like the 50 or so subscribers, but I'm just talking to the generals, so yeah. So in December of last year, there was essentially a social media ban in the country where I lived. And you may already know it as well if you live in the same exact country that I do. And that's the reason why I haven't been able to post any videos. It restricted content creation and channel ownership for many young content creators under the age of 16. So that meant, hold up, if I pull it out right now, YouTube accounts, Reddit accounts, Snapchat, Twitch, X, you name it, TikTok, all that stuff. I don't really own a lot of social medias, if I'm gonna be completely honest. Would you? But those are some of the few, okay? And I just wanted to address to you all, like, my perspective on the social media ban that's been happening where I live. But before I actually, explain and address my thoughts on the social media ban, let me just inform some of you guys what actually happened. So basically, the government in which I live in, which you probably already know the country by now, banned social media, okay, for people under the age of 16, alright? This was, I think it was made for the purpose of protecting the safety of children and adolescents, which I mentioned like the start of the video. But regardless, okay, they took down, I'd say, 40%, or like they took down a majority amount of accounts, alright? People who were making channels and had their face exposed, and pretty much obstructed them from actually making content and commenting on videos, alright? We're still able to browse on the internet, however, we didn't have ownership of our accounts anymore. And honestly, I feel like that they didn't really do a good job at it. And when I mean that, I mean like, sure, it worked. However, I feel like no one really cares about that. No one in the country which I lived really gave a damn about it, if I'm gonna be completely honest with you. And in saying that, I just think that how they planned it on paper, yeah, sure, it would have been good, but in practice, no. Nah. I feel like they didn't really do their best in trying to restrict it more. And also for the majority of them, they used a lot of like AI verifications and stuff like that. So basically what they would do, right, is that they would have an AI checker or like AI verificator, and that would be different for every platform. I'm just gonna be talking about YouTube at this moment because, you know, that's where I base all my content from, you know, how I practice my voice acting and stuff. And basically they would have the AI verifications and they would just check. They would just check your videos, the things that you've watched. And people are surpassing that, you do realize that. People are actually surpassing it by watching videos that aren't really kid related, stuff that aren't targeted towards kids. So it's made a lot of people, watch stuff like, I think I saw a video or like heard from a friend that it's like people are taking how to do taxes or something like that. How to like do taxes or how to count finances videos and all that stuff and, crypto stuff. And they just didn't get checked. They didn't get checked. They didn't get surpassed. They didn't get restricted with all that. And I feel I feel like it's so funny that they just flopped completely with that because they couldn't know how to handle their own system properly because they used AI. And that's where I wanted to bring about the topic of creativity on the internet, all right? My third dot point that I put on the school doc. I appreciate the idea that everyone on the internet should have a right to be safe. And I totally agree with that. I'm supportive of that, okay? But how they manage the age restriction just makes me wonder why? Like, how were you able to say that, oh yeah, we are going to protect the safety of the youth and protect, the adolescents in what they wanted to do, when you're simply just targeting the main things? I'm gonna bring this image back that I've seen, all right? They banned YouTube, X, Twitch, TikTok. I don't know what this one is. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, Reddit, Snapchat. But you know what they didn't take out? Discord. They didn't take out Discord. They didn't take out Roblox. YouTube Kids, WhatsApp, messages, all that sort of things. And if they're trying to promote the idea that, kids should be kids, why would you still have those things, I don't know if some of you guys have been roaming around the internet and have been seeing, this entire scheme of, Discord and Roblox connections and stuff like that. How people, I'm not really gonna say it, but like bad people have been harassing children because of that, and you may have seen it already on the internet. We have seen it so many times, okay? Oh, this person was contacting a minor and that was all that stuff, he got into big trouble talking about something that wasn't that good, and then he got canceled and he got trying to get canceled, all that sort of things. That blub of absolute just controversy. Okay? Hold up, let me just get a sip. All right, so as I was saying, how could they let that happen? They still let that slide even when they're trying to target that, And I'm not saying that everyone in general is just good in some parents. It's like, not everyone. I'm not saying that not everyone. Like, sure, there's some bad people, but there's also people who want to be creative on the internet, People who put passion into the projects that they want to do, But we've just been so restricted with it, we aren't able to make content anymore. All right? And you know what's crazy? You know what's crazy about the entire thing? I'm going to say this outright. My voice acting channel got taken away, but this one didn't. And I also asked my friends. All right? I asked my friends about that, okay? They also make content. Their accounts did not get taken away. Isn't that crazy? And I'm saying that their accounts should be taken away. By all means, I want my channel back. But to put such negligence on the safety of children on the internet, and with the reoccurring things that have been happening on the internet, why didn't you go full with it? You could have done more. All right? But it's too late now. So many people, they're using VPNs. Using, age verifiers. Did you know? All right, I haven't been on Roblox in a while. Okay, you guys might already notice. With the entire Roblox thing, You know what's crazy? I saw on YouTube once a kid, all right? I don't know how old he was. He was probably like under the age of 10, okay? He drew a mustache on his face. And guess what? He was not age restricted and was counted for as an adult. So he was given access to voice chat. A minor given access to voice chat. You know how crazy that is? All these big companies trying to promote, oh, we want safety in our channels. We want safety for content creation and creativity and all that stuff. We want safety on the internet, but they never do a good job at it. And it's because they don't care. It feels like they don't care because they're just not giving any pure attention on it. As I was saying with the AI verifications, man, with YouTube, they weren't giving human-on-human contact, you know? They just wanted to mass produce with the AI. And I don't want to sound crazy here, but that's just my thoughts, okay? Why would you do all that just for it not to work? Okay? And you haven't brought it back. Or you haven't even done anything to improve on it, you know? If you were gonna make a plan about, let's just say, let me see a good example. Okay, let's say you were trying to get fit, okay? Let's put the example of fitness here, all right? You want to lose weight, okay? And you know, when you're trying to lose weight, you know what you do? You diet. Or not just diet, you try to reduce the amount of unhealthy food that is in your pantry or whatever you eat, you know? And let's just say you had a cookie jar, okay? You always had that cookie jar, all right? You loved cookies, okay? You loved cookies. If you took away, let's just say, half of the cookies, all right, and said, hey, now I'm healthy now. All right, there's half of the cookies. I'm healthy now. And your main goal, to lose weight and to be healthy. But you're still eating the cookies. You're still eating the cookies. You could have had some protein cookies in them. You know, they could have been different types of cookies. Or better yet, okay, if you had those cookies in the cookie jar, okay, just take away the jar. That's it. Just take away the jar. No in-betweens. No but what ifs. Just take away the jar. Remove it. Yeah, sure, there's still cookies. But at least it is better for you. Okay? Or, you know, you had the cookies. Alright? You hid them away. Or guess what? What? You ate it. You ate like a cookie once a week. Alright? You ate it once or twice a week. Alright? Yeah, sure, you're still eating the cookies. But at least it isn't a lot. At least you aren't eating hundreds and hundreds of it. You know? That might be a bad analogy. I have no idea. But to make the great point, okay? If they were gonna ban the internet, alright? If they were gonna restrict expressing yourself and trying to make creative content, okay? That's what YouTube's for. YouTube is for creativity. It's literally called YouTube. For you. And I used YouTube for making good, like, gaming videos, you know? Sharing, like, times with my friends. Alright? Playing games with my friends. Playing a game that I want to show to everyone, you know? Or voice acting. I used YouTube as a way to practice on voice acting and to be creative and to make a community with everyone. To talk about stuff, you know? But that was all taken away, you know? It was taken away, but horribly. I'd say horribly, man. I don't know. Anyways, And I'm saying, I'm not, again, I'm gonna reciprocate this for the third time, okay? I am not in any means trying to be against the idea of protecting children and adolescents, but I just want to make the point that if you're going to take away something, take it away in full, alright? Don't leave any of it behind, because if you left it behind, then it's still there. That might be metaphorical, I have no idea. I just wanted to say, Mr. YouTube or Mr. Government, okay? If you want to make a strong relationship with like kids and adolescents, you know, instead of having to promote this big idea that, oh, social media is also bad for you. Because in some form, how people can perceive it, yeah, it is kind of bad for you. But social media is also a place to be social, to express, to talk about things, okay? To talk about things that no one is going to talk about. And to have people agree with your sentence or to spread something around, you know? It's just as the same as, I wouldn't really say politicians. I don't know. Okay? Politicians, okay? They're basically still doing the same thing. Influencing others, expressing their thoughts to others, you know? And it's such a gift that we're able to talk about things. And we're not restricted to hate spreading things. Because if we don't spread things, then the things that aren't talked about, why don't we talk about it? I don't know if that made sense, bro. I have no idea if that made sense. If we were given the gift to talk, to express, you know, to teach, why would you take that away? Take that away in like the response of not fully taking it away, but trying not to, you know? You don't really care. You wouldn't really care. You guys don't really care about taking it away. Or better yet, instead of taking it all away, instead of promoting it bad, what about we start promoting some good? We start saying to kids, hey, content creation isn't that bad. But what you consume can be bad depending on how you view it. Alright? You don't need to follow every single influencer that you have in the world. You don't have to be influenced by all that. You don't need to be. You can follow your own thing. You can express your own things that you want to say. You don't need all of that. You don't need to think that that thing is such a bad thing. As a matter of fact, you know, we can use that for good. As I'm saying, I was using my voice acting channel because I loved voice acting so much. And I wanted to make a community of people who also liked voice acting, you know? I wanted to document myself on camera and to show to the public. Or not on camera, on like mic. I want to show to the public, you know, my voice acting skills. You know? It's self-promotion. First of all, you know, if you want to promote yourself as a voice actor. But secondly, it's a way for you to improve. If you want to get good at something, you know, just start recording it. Start recording yourself doing that thing and you can see your mistakes. For example, like if you play basketball, okay? Or in my context, I like doing martial arts. If you did a martial art, you know, and you don't check your form every once in a while, you'll get bad at it. You'll get sloppy at it if no one's telling you anything. If you won't be able to accept that you have to learn stuff, then you won't get good at it, you know? And I've just been off screen, dude. I've been auditioning for things because I have actually no idea how to continue my channel. I don't know how I'm able to continue my channel. I'm thinking of, you know, practicing daily scripts, doing those type of things. You know? Doing those type of things, talking, you know, keep like improving the script, okay? Making scripts, voicing scripts, performing comic dubs. I love all those stuff. It's not only just a way for me to improve, but it's also a way for me to make a community. And that's all I want. I just want to make a good community. All right? A good community of like-minded people who are able to think the way that I do, you know? To say the same things. Or not say the same things, to express different types of things, you know? And like, I'm sure there's consequences with that. But, you know, some people might be saying bad things, all right? But we don't need to see everything as a negative. We don't need to see everything as a negative. And that's probably where I'm going to end it here. We don't need to see everything on the internet as a negative. It can be a good thing, all right, to post content. Content creation in social media is just one way of expressing something. It's like poetry. If you were to make a restriction to the world about poetry, you know how crazy people would go after that? They would be like, hey, what the hell, man? What's wrong with you, man? I just want to make my poems. Or songs, you know. Music, all right? Like, think about music, okay, for a second. People make songs because they want to talk about something, all right? They want to talk about a certain thing, you know? Or they want to improve on something, so... They want to improve on something because they genuinely like the thing that they're doing. So let them do it. Let us do content without any form of restriction. And I'm not against 100% against the idea of censorship, all right? There are obviously things that can promote bad, but I'm just saying, not everything is bad. Not everything is bad. And we shouldn't be restricted to creativity. Creativity, as I'm going to say in the title, creativity is something that should not be restricted. It's like art. Creativity, art itself, art should not be taken away. It shouldn't be taken away. You know what you've been saying with the AI art? And people are saying on the internet, oh, AI art is not good. Yeah, it's not good. You know why? Because AI art is actually not art. It is made by an artificial intelligence, not mankind, not humans. All right? And us humans, we are so good at making stuff. We are so talented. We are talented people. You know, we are talented people. And we are blessed to have that talent of art, of skills. You know, and we can improve that through the internet. Okay, so enough of that yap, all right? Oh my days, as I'm recording, it's almost reaching the 25-minute mark. Okay, I'm gonna end it up quite quickly with a summary, okay? Government ban social media. I don't really think that's a good idea. I think that we could have handled it better and that we could have learned from it, you know, to make it more positive. And I think that if you are trying to make content and you think and you're fearing it and you're doubting yourself about it, you shouldn't. Just do it. It's like the Nike logo, just do it. Because what's so wrong about trying? Anyways, I'm going to now talk about the last thing, which is what I'm going to do, okay? So, if, God willing, this channel does not get restricted, okay? If this channel does not get restricted, I am going to continue my voice acting on this channel. I'm going to make one channel, one entire YouTube channel on everything that I want to do, okay? Which means voice acting, playing video games, I don't know, talking about life, all that stuff. I kind of like doing these. I always see on the internet people who do these things, and I'm like, wow, they can share stuff. And I want to do that. So I'm going to be doing something like that, where I just talk about my thoughts, you know, what's in my mind, things that have been happening. But I'm also going to be doing comic dubs, because I love voice acting. I'm going to do comic dubs. I have actually been working on a lot of projects for the past year. I've been doing a lot of things, you know. There's a lot of things that I can't really say because the projects aren't done yet. But there's like a lot of stuff that still are on the internet, like Sobrun promotion. Check that out. We're about to dub the entirety of chapter 3 and 4 of Deltarune, so get ready for that. But if God willing, I'm able to continue this channel, I'm going to put all my voice acting videos here, and I'm gonna be making more videos on this channel. If not, and I get restricted, you probably won't be seeing me until another year. For a year, until I get my channel back, my voice acting channel back. Okay. I don't know if I'll be having alt accounts or anything like that. I have no idea. Okay. But I'm just gonna be in the background, you know. I won't be uploading a lot, but I would be still doing voice acting, still doing live. That's what I want to do. Because I chose this path. I want to do it. That was the introductory video of my other channel, you know. And also for some of you who might be asking, with the Dragon Ball Legends videos that I used to make, I kind of quit Dragon Ball Legends. I'm not gonna lie. I haven't been playing the game in a while because I keep getting shafted on summons. I might make videos about that. I might go back, but it really depends if I want to go there or I play a new game. But that's all on me, okay? But anyways, hopefully I'll see you soon. So I'm gonna see you later. Bye-bye.